Monday Night Call, your place for motivation and inspiration from the #1 world-renowned speaker on the planet, Mr. Les Brown. We thank you for showing up tonight, for being a part of this community, for tuning in so you can get your dose of motivation. And Mr. Brown says thank you. He appreciates your presence. You know that he is committed to inspiring over 100,000 voices of hope all across this globe. He travels constantly internationally as well as throughout the United States, bringing words of inspiration that are allowing people to change their lives and tap into the greatness inside of them. You hear him talk about that all the time. If you follow him on Facebook, you go to brown.les, that's brown.les on Facebook. There you'll be able to log on and be able to receive messages from him and interact with him in the Facebook community. If you want to follow where he'll be next and what's coming up, we invite you to visit lesbrown.com. That's lesbrown.com for more information. And you know, when he is traveling the world and inspiring lives, he leaves his platinum speakers in charge of being able to deliver the message and manage the conversation within this very important community, the Les Brown Motivational Monday Night Community. My name is Dr. Stacie N.C. Grant, and I have a dual job tonight, not only to host and welcome you to this community, especially our first-time callers. I also have something very special for you tonight, and that is going to be a message focusing on what is next for you and really being in a new space of operating in your spirit of excellence, uncompromising with your goals and your dreams. Those of you that have heard me before, you know my mantra about it's now or never. Your dreams can't wait. So as you've come on, as you shared this information, I want to encourage you to stay tuned and to log on to lesbrown.com for some live events, the last that'll be happening for this year in the fourth quarter of 2015, where you can see Mr. Brown live. There's going to be a training in Orlando, Florida that you don't want to miss. You'll be able to meet the first family of motivation, Mr. Brown and his children, as well as our platinum speakers who will be presenting. This is going to be a one-of-a-kind opportunity, September 18th and 19th in Orlando, Florida. So you want to make sure that you log on and register for that event at lesbrown.com. You'll see the information there. So tonight I want to speak to you about something that has been bubbling up inside of me. And really, I'm excited. I'm excited because technology has allowed for us to connect this way via this call. You've listened to Mr. Brown on this call. You've listened to some of my other very distinguished platinum speakers that have come to share messages with you and inspire you to take the next step in your life. But I am just thrilled, and I'm actually going to have some surprises with our speakers and Mr. Brown himself on this line, where we engage with some other pieces of technology. So the first thing that I want you to do tonight is to write down the word Periscope. Have you downloaded that app yet? Periscope. Mr. Brown is on Periscope. When he gets on Periscope almost shuts down. Like immediately, there are thousands of people tuning in to see him live. And some of you are like, what is Periscope? So just quickly, this is my first free gift to you, is to download the app, Periscope. Just go in the App Store. If you have an Apple phone, if you have a Android base, you go to the Google Store and you download the app Periscope. And you're able to follow individuals like Mr. Brown, like myself, where you can have immediate, instant conversation with those individuals and be able to learn new information, new materials, people who are teaching you about technology, some people who are teaching you about hobbies, or just inspiring you. Because if you are on this call, if you were inspired to find out and press the link when you went to Mr. Brown's page, when you follow him on YouTube, and you said, I just can't get enough of this inspiration, you'll be able to also find him on Periscope, and you can find me at Stacie N.C. Grant. That's N.C. like North Carolina. There's only one Stacie N.C. Grant on the planet. But download the app and follow Mr. Brown, follow me, and I'm going to tell you why this is just so key when you're talking about living your dreams and your goals and not waiting for things to happen. See, tonight is going to be all about how you're moving forward with your goals and your dreams and being uncompromising with them. See, on Periscope, it allows us to speak and engage in conversations. And a lot of times I share on platforms around the world about the fact, as I speak to you right now, 2015, there are still individuals across this planet, particularly women, whose voices are not heard, who don't have the luxury of a Les Brown motivational Monday night call that they can freely log into, that they can freely conversate and talk about their goals and their dreams. And the ability to do this work, for all of us to come on this platform, we don't take it for granted, because there's going to be somebody whose life will be changed as a result of the work that we do. See, my voice will be heard by those that I'm assigned to. Les Brown's voice will be heard by all of you, because clearly you understand that there's something that attracted you to him. When you hear Dr. Reuben West, or you hear Dwight Pleasure, you hear Wade Randolph, some of you immediately connected, and that's because they're a part of delivering something to you that is going to allow you to walk in your greatness. See, on this technology, this new app, I was so amazed that someone from the Congo was tuning in when I was doing a Periscope and said, Dr. Stacie, what you said is true, because we don't have those opportunities here. And I said, wow, I mean, that took me by surprise. And then there was someone from Brazil. And then there was someone from the south of France. Then there was someone from Istanbul, Turkey. Then there was someone from Israel. And my mind was blown. Mr. Brown told us when we were on our platinum call where we talk and we work, and he trains and allows us opportunities to expand what we're doing with our voices. He said, look, I need you guys to get on Periscope. I need you to understand that this is going to be a game changer. This is going to allow you an opportunity to connect with people in a way that we haven't been able to do before, that we can take the Monday night inspiration to a whole nother level, being able to immediately, real time, have dialogue with individuals all around the globe. Powerful stuff, powerful information. And some of you, you have a voice. You have a story. There's something that you're working on. And when you tune into this call, when you listen to us speak to you, it ignites a fire inside of you. And you say that I'm not going to wait. When I think about some of the voices that I just heard logging onto the call, Myron Pemberton, he's here every single Monday without fail, because he is walking in alignment with the words that are being shared on this line, that he understands that there's no waiting for things to be perfect. He's getting started so he has something to perfect. When I think about getting an email from my dear friend all the way out on the other side of the country, Andre, saying, I was waiting to be able to share my story and inspire kids. And when I logged on to Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call, I was inspired to take action. I wasn't just going to sit by waiting for a contract to come to me. I'm going to create the contracts that I need. When I think about a Tiffany Price who's listening on the call right now, who's tuning in with multiple sclerosis, if anybody understands what that can do to your body, how that can put you in such pain that it's hard to be able to just get up in the morning and do the daily tasks that some of us take for granted, that she tunes in every single week so she can get a dose of motivation and inspiration and tools and resources that will allow her to take actionable steps and get the results that she's looking for. That's why this platform is so key. That's why when you tune in and we hear your voices and we hear your stories, that we're constantly going to be in a space of cheering you on to the next step. But the idea of being uncompromising with your goals, because write it down somewhere, shout it from the mountaintops, it's now or never. Your dreams can't wait. I was so inspired by a particular story that most of you probably heard, and I want to share with you the 3 things that I took from that experience, and that was watching Diana Nyad. How many of you know who Diana Nyad is? She is a woman who swam from Cuba to the Key West. Swam. You heard me, like in the water, like stroke after stroke, swimming in the water from Cuba to the Key West. Now, that is something that was never, ever done before. She had attempted it herself. It was something that she wanted to do. It was a goal that she had, but it was never successfully accomplished the first time around. And people thought that she was absolutely out of her mind when she decided to try and do this particular voyage. They said, Diana, are you crazy? Nobody can do that. Scientifically, it doesn't make sense that you can swim from Cuba to the Key West. Do you know how many hours that would take? Do you know how long that is for you to be in the water? Do you know how dangerous it is for you to be able to attempt to do such a long distance swim? And she tried multiple times to get to that race from the early 70s. And it is now 2014 when she said, I'm going to start up again. I'm going to do this race. I'm going to get my team together. We're going to train, and we're going to train. And while she was training, people thought she was crazy. People thought that she had lost her mind. I mean, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Is there something, your goals and your dreams that you want to do, and people have told you that it's virtually impossible because nobody has done it before? It doesn't make common sense. They can give you scientific reasons and data why you shouldn't do it, and you're listening to them, but you found a way to kind of put a filter, and I hope ignore some of those words, because Diana had to do that. She had to put a filter in that said, I don't care what the scientists say. I don't care what the individuals are telling me cannot be done. I am determined to swim and prove that it can be accomplished. I am determined to complete this historic swim from Cuba to the Key West, and I don't care how old I am, because that was the other part. People said, do you realize that your dream started over 35 years ago, and you turned 60? Your mom dies, and you are still trying to move forward with doing this race? Like, that doesn't make sense. You know, when you are pursuing your goals and your dreams, if you're waiting for other people to justify them, stop it now. Because guess what? They haven't been given your goal. They haven't been given your dream. They haven't been given your assignment, so they're not going to understand it. So she stuck to her guns, and she said, I am going to complete this. It's going to take nearly over 53 plus hours to be able to do that. It's going to take me a long time to train properly and to assemble the right team that will stay with me, that will believe in me, and that will allow me to accomplish my goals. And she didn't let her age stop her. She didn't let circumstances stop her. If you watch the news, if you saw all of the reports across this world when she completed the swim and she got out of the water, you know she did it. But she said there were three things in an interview that she talked about that helped her to accomplish this goal. Three things that I'm going to share to you today that made so much sense to me when I heard her. And when I thought about the fact that she was battling jellyfish. She came out and her body was almost paralyzed in that water. I can't even take little chipmunks running past me on a campsite, much more being in the water with jellyfish trying to suck my skin. Oh, Lord have mercy. Just the thought of it, I'm ready to pass out. But she was determined to achieve her goal, and that's the kind of resilience that we need to embody in moving forward day to day with our goals and our dreams. So get a pen and paper out, because I want to talk about the three things that Diana shared that inspired my spirit, that told me I need to play bigger. At 60 plus, to have such a goal, I'm not her age yet, because I'm only 20, at least in my mind, but to think that she wasn't letting that get in her way. when I know so many people stop dreaming after even 30. They stop having a conversation and a romance with the things that they used to sit and ponder about when they were in elementary school or even in high school. Can you remember some of the things that you dreamt about, some of the goals that you wanted to do before you even got to an age of deciding to go to college or maybe get advanced degrees, but you just would sit and close your eyes and just think about the kind of house you would have, the kind of relationship you would be in, how many kids and pets you would have. And then as life starts to happen, those dreams get a little blurry. Sometimes pieces of it start to fall off, and we don't realize anymore how we can take the next step. But Diana said you have to be, one, uncompromising, have an uncompromising relationship with your goal. And in order to have that uncompromising relationship with your goal, you have to put in your mind, like she did, that I'm not going to listen to what the naysayers say. I'm not going to listen to what the scientists say. And she said, granted, they had all right, all cause to really sit back and say, is she serious? Does she know the stats? Does she know rather what will happen to her body in water for that long? Does she know what she has to deal with on that long swim? So she said they were warranted in wanting to really check and see if this could literally and physically be done. But she had to be uncompromising. She said you have to be uncompromising and have an uncompromising relationship with your goal. Now, when I think about an uncompromising relationship with our goals, what does that mean? Uncompromising means you don't move, you don't give in, you don't bend, you don't start to give concession to things that are not helping you to achieve that goal. When you think about your goals and your dreams, how many times have you given in to other people's insecurities, or you dimmed down your own light or your own vision for what you want to accomplish because other people are telling you that it can't be done? How many times do we compromise what we really feel? We compromise what we really want because we let fear seep in. We let fear start to climb up into our brain and give us this little conversation. You know, you can't do that. You're too old. You don't have enough money. You don't have the right relationships. And it's like a quiet whisper in your brain that gets louder and louder and louder. And it starts to yell and shout at you, and you start retreating and you start pulling back and you start saying, well, maybe it's not the right time. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe this is not for me. And you start to believe that story. And I'm here to disrupt that story for you right now. And just like Diana Nyad said, you have to have an uncompromising relationship with your goal. So I hope you wrote that down, because uncompromising means you don't stop. Uncompromising means you don't let somebody steal your joy. Uncompromising means no matter what it looks like, you hang on to your faith in the impossible, because that's what faith is. The quote I love so much, I say it so much because it's so true, by Martin Luther King Jr. Faith is taking the first step even if you don't see the staircase. That's what faith is about. That's what being uncompromising with your goals and your dreams looks like. So that was the first thing she shared. Then the second thing she shared was you have to find a way. You have to find a way, just as simple as that. You have to find a way. Now I'm watching her give this interview, and she's talking about having to find a way and some of the challenges that she went through, the kind of swimsuit that she had to get to try to protect her body from the elements in the water and the live beings that she was going to be swimming alongside that could kill her. Jellyfish can kill you. The kind of medication they would have to pump in through the suit she had on in the water to try to save her life and to make sure that she could make the journey, that they had to swim alongside her hour after hour. Can you imagine keeping that kind of strength within your body to be able to keep swimming? I can't even swim for 1 hour straight, much more 50-plus hours, and not stopping and moving forward. That is absolutely amazing to me. And she said you have to find a way. If one person says no, if something doesn't add up, you move on to the next. You keep going from no to no. You keep going from inconvenient situation to inconvenient situation until you find one that says yes. You find more individuals who believe in the dream as much as you do. So finding a way, it meant finding people on her team who believed just as much, who were willing to be just as uncompromising with the goal as she was. And I say to you, who is sitting in your front row? You've heard me mention that before, and when she was talking, I said, yes, Diana, if she could just hear me through the screen. You have to have the right people sitting in your front row, helping you to find a way, helping you to figure it out. If it doesn't work the first time, do we throw our hands up in the air and quit? Do we just stop moving towards our goal? Do we just give up when we feel that the money might not be there, the resources might not be there, the relationships haven't been developed yet? Do we just stop and say, well, it's over? No, we can't, because you have to move forward and find a way. You've heard the old adage and saying, where there's a will, there's a way. And if you have that will, if you have that desire, if you know there's more for you in your life, if you are connected to the words that you hear on this motivational Monday night platform every single week, it's because we're cut from the same cloth. We understand that there's more for us. There's something bubbling deep down inside of your soul that won't let you sleep, that won't stop, that won't let you rest until you keep moving to find a way. So that's number 2. And then the third thing that she shared, which I thought was just the sweetest thing, was finding your own internal playlist. Finding your own internal playlist. She said when she was out in that water by herself in the dead of night, and she's just swimming and trying to encourage herself, because along the way, it wasn't easy. There were many times where she was saying, why am I really doing this again? She had to remind herself what the goal was. She had to remind herself why she decided to move in this direction with her life, when most people her age were enjoying retirement, when most people her age were more concerned about going on vacations with their grandchildren or going on excursions with their friends and just enjoying the fruits of their labor that they had lived for to this point in their life. She was making one of the biggest voyages that had ever been done on the planet. And while she was swimming and while she was moving forward, she said she had to have an internal playlist. Like she could recall all the songs that she loved, the songs that she would play when she was working out or training and getting ready for this voyage. And she could just sing them in the water. And that internal playlist would just come up again and again. And if it was her favorite Beatles song, if it was an oldies that she loved, or even a new tune that came out, she would just start singing. And she would just start imagining the fact that she had an iPod in her ear. She just imagined the fact that she was on a dance floor and she was hearing that favorite rhythm, and the rhythm was just flowing through her toes all the way up to her knees. And as she took a stroke, one arm after the next, she could just feel the music, and she would just be moving in that water to that rhythm, and she could feel the rhythm, and that rhythm would carry her through. And she knew if she could just keep getting to the next song, and she would just make it to the next beat, she would be closer to the next mile of the voyage. And she just kept moving. And I said, wow, an internal playlist. How many of us need to dial up our internal playlist when we're having a rough day, when our dreams might not be materializing and manifesting as fast as we need them to, and we need to just go to an internal place of strength that we can dial up that kind of energy, that we can dial up that kind of resistance, that our favorite tune or song can play and erase all of the conversations that are battling for space in our head, that are battling for territory. Because what you focus on, ladies and gentlemen, it expands. So she was focusing on the music. She was focusing on that internal playlist. It was bringing her joy as she was moving towards her goals and her dreams. It was bringing her joy as she was thinking about, I'm just one more mile away. I'm just one more hour away. I've come too far to give up. I've come too far to stop now. The whole world is looking at me. The whole world is waiting to see if I can really do a 100-mile swim. The whole world is looking to see if I can survive. The whole world is looking to see if I can really stick to this goal, that I can really be the words that I've spoken, and that I can really prove that you're never too old to follow your dreams. You're never at a place where it's too late, where you should give up. That as long as there's breath in your body, as long as you have the ability to move the limbs that you have, as long as you have the will inside of you, you can accomplish your goal. So when she got out of the water, when the cameras, the video lights, the team, everybody was around cheering and yelling and screaming, congratulations. In that moment, all she could do was go back inside that place where the dream started, back inside that place where it was born, back inside that place where her heart skipped a beat, just thinking about the actual realization and manifestation of this goal. See, that's what keeps us moving when things are manifesting in our lives, right? When things are happening, real life. Hello, life happens real time, every day, all day. And we have to figure out a way to keep moving forward. We have to figure out a way to be uncompromising with our goals. We have to figure out a way to put the right people in place so that we can find a way. We have to be able to dial up our internal playlist so that we can be in a place of focusing in on what's really important, focusing in on what we want to achieve, focusing in on the fact that when you liberate your dreams, when you stand in your truth, when you walk in the greatness that Les Brown tells you about day in and day out, you not only liberate yourself, but you liberate everyone around you, and you are able to stand as an example that if it's possible for one, it's possible for all. When Roger Bannister broke the record of how fast you can run a mile, everybody else started breaking it after him. It took one person to break it. Now that Nyad has achieved that swim, I guarantee you there's going to be somebody else, a little child somewhere, or maybe a middle-aged adult that's training to do the same thing and even longer, because all we need to see are examples of what's possible. And once you do it, once you show that it's been done, once you can see an example, it opens up the door for you to be able to now go to the next level in your own life. That's what this thing called life is about. Not waiting for things to be perfect, but getting started so you can perfect it. You know how many times Diane attempted to swim? She broke other records. She was able to get some acclaim for other swimming records that she had, but this was the goal that she really wanted to achieve. And it didn't happen the first time or the second time. It didn't happen immediately, and some of us can't wait for the manifestation of our goals and our dreams. Some of us want it fast forward, and let me be the first to raise my hand. That was me. Hello. I wanted to sow and reap in the same season. But the truth of the matter is you have to do the work. You have to stay the course. And you have to do what Diana said, the 3 things that will allow you some focus and navigating towards your goals and your dreams, being uncompromising, being in an uncompromising relationship with what it is that you want to accomplish, not giving in to anybody else's vision because your vision is not their vision. They can't see what you've been given. Finding a way, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult it looks, no matter how impossible the odds, stay the course and find a way. If you can just tap in to where you can get to a happy place, that internal playlist for you, whatever that is. It might not be music. Maybe it's a word that you've heard in a motivational speech. Maybe it's a book that you read. Whatever it is, there's something you can dial into your internal playlist to keep you encouraged on your journey, because it's not going to be overnight. But oh, how sweet it is when you stay the course and you can stand in a space of accomplishment. How sweet it is when you know you didn't wait for things to be perfect, but you move with volume and velocity towards your goals and your dreams. How sweet it is when you'll be able to be that one in your family to change the trajectory of exactly what you'll be able to leave for your children's children. How sweet it is when you can say, as a result of me connecting and staying in constant contact with those who want a bigger vision for their lives, those who are speaking life, those who are not just talking about it, but actually making it happen, I am now paying it forward to those that I've been assigned to. I am now sharing with the world my products, my services. I am now developing real estate. I am now starting nonprofits. I am now developing infrastructure for investments all over the world because I stood in my truth. I honored my gifts. And I was uncompromising with my goal. I found a way, and I used my internal playlist to stay the course and not quit before my blessing. I hope those words have poured something into you tonight. I hope I've ignited a new fire inside of you. I hope that as you tune in and stay connected to the work we do on the Les Brown Motivational Monday Night Call, you give birth to your dreams. If you have to start over, if you have to do it 10 times, if you have to do it 12 times, you don't stop doing it until the day you manifest it. You don't stop moving towards your goals and your dreams until you get there. With every fiber of your being, you want to put your all inside accomplishing and achieving your goals. Why? Because if you don't, nobody else will. It's been given to you. Your skills, your talents, your abilities, it's been given to you. There is somebody waiting on you, just like I found my friends from the Congo and Brazil and south of France doing the Periscope and sharing my message. Somebody is looking for you. Somebody is waiting for you. You have the remedy to their challenges. You have what my friend Larry Beecham would say, the aspirin to their headache. You have the ability to change their lives. And if you don't release it, if you don't pursue it, if you don't do it, then we suffer. The world suffers because we never get to experience the greatness of you. So let's not let that happen. Let's decide tonight to move with volume and velocity towards our goals and our dreams. I'll keep saying it till I can't say it anymore. It's now or never. Your dreams can't wait. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that poured a little something in your spirit. I will open the lines just to hear from you because I like to know who's out there. I like to know if you were able to just hear one word tonight that's going to make you take action on your goals and your dreams. So I'm going to open up for a little bit before we have to close down. I get to another call. So stand by, everybody.
All callers are unmuted. All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
Thank you, Stacie. Thank you, Stacie. Thank you. How sweet it is. Thank you.
Oh, Myron, thank you so much for being on the call and tuning in to give your response. I appreciate that.
Well,
So what are you taking action on, Myron?
I tell you what, I'm out here tonight. I'm working, and I got my biggest dilemma. I don't know how to back down, so I get uncompromising. I don't know how to back down. If the tires are riding on wires, we ride. We got to go. So I appreciate. And my story, I'm gonna tell it one of these days, but I just don't know how to back down. I'm sorry. So I appreciate your message tonight.
Awesome, excellent. Thank you so much, Myron, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I heard somebody else trying to come through.
Hello? Yes, this is Helen Henson. Hello, this is Helen Henson from Carson, California, and I want to thank you for your uplifting and your words of truth. You're helping me. I'm getting up every morning. I wake up with motivations, Les Brown, and on, and I'm getting stronger. I'm getting better. I'm on the grind, and it's a mindset. I know it now.
Awesome, awesome. Well, that's what we want to hear, Helen. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to tell everybody how we can stay connected and continue the conversation, but I appreciate you being here. Helen, is this your first time? It's not your first time on the call.
No, this is my first time on the call because I was going through Les Brown's website, and they said, don't miss. I saw it on the scroll, and it said conference call. You know, our time is PST. So
oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, for tuning in, and that you receive value. And we hope that you come back again. You never know when Mr. Brown makes his appearance, so make sure you're here next week, same time.
I will. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day, wonderful evening.
Thank you so much. All right, Helen. And I think there was somebody else trying to get through.
Yes, Dr. Stacie.
Yes.
Yes, this is my name is Kevin, and I live in Hemet, California. Matter of fact, I live only about 25 miles from Dwight Pleasure.
Okay, Kevin. Welcome to the call.
Well, thank you. The thing that really struck me and that I really have to work on is I just trying to find that balance, not between the inspiration and the technology, because it's almost different parts of your brain where you got to learn the Periscopes and the Twitters and all that stuff is the technical stuff, and I have to learn it. And then at the same time, keeping balance, the motivation.
Absolutely. So here's the deal. When it comes to understanding technology and turning your inspiration into results, you have to identify for yourself which one you want to learn first. You'll go crazy trying to learn everything at one time. There are too many choices right now out in the universe for you to choose from. So my suggestion, and what I tell my destiny designers that work with me, is to find one that you can really flex your wings and get comfortable with, and start building a relationship with the people on that platform. And then you can branch out and explore with the others. But the main thing is, if you have something to deliver, Kemet, you want to be able to find the people who are looking for you. So if a Periscope platform works, if a Facebook platform works, if it's Instagram, if it's LinkedIn, you have to find the one that you want to explore first. And then you'll see some of the similarities in the other platforms, and you can decide whether or not you are able to really move forward with another learning. But just choose one. Find one thing to do. Find a way. What I talked about tonight. Find one and just start looking online. There are tons of tutorials on YouTube for everything under the sun. So you can find a quick tutorial to help you just get your feet wet. Find someone that focuses on social media that can give you some assistance, and then focus more on your value, what you're adding to the marketplace, and build a conversation with a community of people who want to hear from you. And then that community will continue to grow and expand, and you will be able to now be in a space that you can decide what the next platform is you want to link. And then here's the good news. There are other technologies that can link multiple platforms together, and you do the work once. So that's another level of training and coaching to go in. But for now, just choose one that you want to get familiar with and start interacting and building a community of people on that platform. Does that make sense?
Thank you so much, because you're right. There's so many out there, and I've been worried. I said, well, do I spend more time on Link? Do I learn Instagram? Now she's talking Periscope? Lord, help me. So there's 9,000 different stuff out there, and I'm 52. I'm not 21 where they do it every day. So that helps me out so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, you are very welcome, and stay connected. And I will share at the end of the call how everyone can connect directly with me, as well as just repeating the information for Mr. Brown. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stacie, it's Ray Broussard. Thank you for doing these calls. Would you like his office number, please?
Sure. My office number is 718-525-6184.
718-525.
6184.
6184. Okay.
Okay, awesome. So thank you for being here, Ray. And I heard somebody else trying to get through.
Yeah, Dr. Grant, how you doing? This is Brent. This is Brandon off in Louisiana.
Brent from Louisiana with my gumbo. How you doing, Brent?
Yeah, Brandon. I'm doing fine, Dr. Stacie. I'm doing fine. I just wanted to tell you thank you for your message, and I'm gonna tell you something else I've been paying attention to, Dr. Grant. Your level of commitment. I've been picking up on these calls for several weeks now, and you've always shown up. You've always been on the call, just motivating these callers and just staying committed and whatnot. And as I listen to your message, and I was listening to your message today about the lady swimming and all of the above, and it just made me think about commitment. So I just wanted to tell you thank you for your commitment on keeping us motivated, and thank you for everything you've been doing.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it, and I'm so glad that you've gotten value out of the call. I think there's some background noise going on, so I might have to mute us out one more time. Okay, press *6 if you want to unmute your line. I'll take one more call, and then we're going to close out for this evening. See somebody trying to unmute there. Hi, Nancy.
This is Nancy. Hi, I'm from Central Florida. I am so excited. I love the idea of the uncompromising relationship and the goal. I love the idea of faith is taking the first step, even if you don't see the staircase. I'm all about just listening and ongoing positive people, positive speaking, positive reading, and just taking away all of the negativity. I don't know where it's coming from, the next step, but it's going to happen, and it's going to happen because of that thought, because of that idea, because of just keeping that positive energy flowing, and it's just happening. It's one of those things we always hear, oh, whatever the mind can believe and conceive, it can achieve, and we just take it as just words, but it's just so much more than words. It's really just taking it in and believing it and doing it and working with your mind and mentality, your brain, to make it happen and speaking to that subconscious. So thank you so much.
Oh, you are very welcome, Nancy, and thank you for being here. And I want to hear more about what's happening with all of you, with you, Nancy, and everyone that's calling in and sharing. That's what this work is about. Les Brown has created this platform because he believes in what happens when we speak the right words over our lives, work on our mindset, and we're able to...
All callers are muted.
There was a little background noise there, so I muted us out. But that is what this platform is about. So thank you, Nancy. Thank you to everyone that shared some words for staying on the line and being a part of this conversation tonight. But do me a favor. The best way that you can show me that it made an impact on you is by taking action tonight and then connecting with me. You can connect with me on all the social media platforms. Yes, I'm on all of them, and I do interact there. It's Stacie NC Grant. That's STACIE NC Grant. You can also go to DestinyDesignersUniversity.com. We are doing some upgrades to the site. I'm so excited with some of the things that you'll be able to engage with and be able to take advantage of as a result of what we're offering. And then, of course, we want you to stay connected on brown.les. That's brown.les on Facebook with Mr. Brown himself. And follow both of us on Periscope as we are having some fun with that whole new technology. And you don't really have to learn it. You just have to watch it. And that's the fun part, and, stay focused on the ones that you are familiar with social media. And if you want to contact me directly, if you're looking for a speaker or a trainer for anything upcoming in your company, in your service organization or church, anywhere, you can give a call to my team and we can set up an opportunity to check the calendar and see if we can come out for you. And that's 718-525-6184 is my office number, or shoot an email to info@staciencgrant.com. That's info@staciencgrant.com, STACIENCGRANT. So now we have multiple ways to play together in the universe, to stay connected, to know that it's now or never. Your dreams can't wait, so you have to be uncompromising with your goals. You have to find a way and tune into your own internal playlist to remind you of the greatness inside of you, what you've been called to do, what the world is waiting for, because there's only one chance to get this thing called life right. So let's do it. Let's do it together, and let's make great things happen when we get together again. Have an awesome week and an even more amazing life. Bye-bye, everybody. This is Dr. Stacie NC Grant signing off.